Hello and welcome to day 8 of our day 8. Oh my goodness. 8 days till the immersive happens. We've been counting down the days of stories, connection, and conversation as we've been leading up to this amazing event that I just am so excited about. We have our interview today with Aimee Gallina. Am I saying that right, Aimee?
Gallina.
Gallina,
Yeah.
Arendsee. Did I do that one right?
Yes.
All right. So we have the pleasure of having Aimee here with us. She is the founder of Indivara Frequency Healing Arts, sound healer, yoga nidra facilitator, a Usui Reiki master. A curator of intentional frequency experiences. She's the events director of the Holistic Healing Alliance. She is a community frequency wellness visionary and a holistic speaker and consciousness connector. So we turn it over and say, welcome, Aimee. We can see your face.
Good morning.
All right. So what would you like to tell our audience today?
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait for this event. It's been building. It's going to be an incredible experience. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the Holistic Healing Alliance and the events that we get to do in the community that it brings to us and brings us out into the community. And I'm grateful for the shifts, the things that are going to happen, the changes that it's going to bring about, the awareness that's going to open up, that we get to give ourselves the gift of being with and going deeper, peeling back the layers of the onion, because we get to.
Mm-hmm.
My journey is that I've really been diving deep into is better self-care, more of it, more intentional self-care, and moving through those obstacles. The obstacles of, well, aren't you selfish? The rest of us would like to have time for ourselves. things like that. Wait a minute. I get to. Wherever I am putting my time and my energy and my intention, that's what's going to blossom. That's what's going to grow. And so really stepping through, taking more time for growing myself and for sitting with self, for meditation and my gratitude walks in the morning with my coffee to set my day right, and leaning into what I want to be learning. My dad always said, always be the student, never stop learning. And so I'm always diving into programs where I can learn more. I've been learning more about breath work, which is pretty incredible and has been a part of my journey. I love to learn about essential oils. Of course, more about energy and how to move that within self and the chakra system. And of course, anything to do with sound and frequency. I can't get enough of it, ever.
I like that, ever. That was quite the punctuation mark or the exclamation mark.
But being in community and having the opportunity to work with other people has been so healing for me. What I've had to learn from the programs that I've gone through with you, Darcy, has been just a game changer in my own personal healing with the Unity Collective. And it's helped me to see where I'm a part of the bigger whole, that we're all woven in together. And that what we go through, that we don't have to be an island.
No,
that we have each other. Right.
Much like the universe doesn't like a void, it doesn't want us to be an island because we're not really, So if you look at the trees within nature, you have the mycelium that connects all the root systems, and the grove acts as one. And so why would we think that we're any different? We're connected just like the trees are connected. That may seem far-fetched to some, but this is what we believe and what we know. And so if we're feeding into the what I call the tapestry of life, into our tapestry, and we're feeding in high frequency, we're feeding in love and gratitude, and peace, calm. When we're feeding that into the tapestry of life, it just bolsters everyone else. And this is what we can do as an individual, is to take care of ourselves, as you have been with your self-care routine. Because when you're depleted and then you want to play at a sound bath, you have to dig from the dregs of your own personal well to be able to share at the magnitude that you do. And there's nothing less. There's either you play with gusto, not necessarily loudness, but connection of your energy to what you're providing the audience. But then on the flip side, when you come home, you collapse. And knowing you've seen that pattern, you've lived that pattern, and you've been gracious enough to share that pattern with me, and seeing how that now you're taking strides to say, I get a rest day. I get to guard my time, right?
And it's hard because the fight in your thoughts for myself and maybe for others, right? But coming from myself is, oh, wow, you're resting. You're not getting anything done. You're not being productive. Right. And so fighting that, I just, I've assigned so much value in my life to being as productive as possible, getting as much done as possible, all the things. And I want to, because I get to, but to be able to show up and do that and have that drive and accomplish the things, if I keep myself on the back burner and don't give myself the rest, or don't give myself the time outside in nature or my feet in the grass, or intentionally doing things to help ground myself, I'm going to run out.
Yeah, you are.
And so I can take myself permission. That's a hard thing for some people, giving yourself permission to be able to have some of that downtime, which is grounding.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's how do you spend your downtime? Just because you carve it out doesn't mean that it's going to be nourishing for you. There's some value to the death scroll on your phone, that you kind of tap out of reality. But how long are you staying there? How are you nourishing your mind, your body, and your spirit as you carve out that rest time? Because all of you gets to rest. And if your mind is racing, what are you going to do to slow that down? A lot of people write stuff on a notepad. So then it's on a piece of paper, it's safe, I can come back to it. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And then you can allow your mind to rest. So you've come a long way from beating yourself up so vigorously for not being productive to recognizing that you get to rest because your body has been talking to you, and not in a kind way. So it's like, I'm going to get your attention one way or the other. Yeah. And it has. It has.
And for what I've really been stepping into, especially I would say in the last year, is stepping into a place of quiet. And with meditation, I teach some meditation classes, guided meditation classes. And when I do it for myself, and when I'm getting different material for the guided visualization material, I'll sit, and with all of the busy, people might say, oh, it's difficult, or oh, I'm distracted and that's difficult. And yeah, I'll say things like, picture your thoughts that you're writing them on leaves, and you're in front of a beautiful stream, and your thoughts pop in and you write them on a leaf, and you just watch the leaf go down the stream, right? Trying to kind of clear that energy, clear that mind. And in that place of quiet, which really in life people might say, oh, I don't have time, I have too much stuff to do. In 5 to 10 minutes, if you've got 5 to 10 minutes to just sit and allow the mind to just be in a place of quiet, that place of awareness is where beautiful information can come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful information, and information about your body, how your body's feeling, maybe aha moments of what you should do, or where you should direct your energy, or whatever your next steps are, or in the moments of gratitude where you're even just looking around at all the things that you might run past in and out of the house, from the car to the house to the car, right? What are you not noticing? What are you not noticing? And that's one of the reasons why I like to walk around the yard and visit with all the plants and say hello. Because if I run back and forth, I miss the fact that the lupin has bloomed again and there's 3 new blossoms, right? I might miss that there's 4 more bleeding heart flowers on there. I've seen the monarch, I think it's monarch butterflies in the last few days coming around the yard with all the flowers that have been planted. And I think, wow, I created a space for you because I took that time to build the fairy garden and plant it. And I was doing that for Gaia and as a gift from me. And now look who else is showing up. Hummingbirds and butterflies. And that wouldn't happen if I didn't take that time. And that's something that I treasure. That's part of self-care time too.
Absolutely. And you receive messages, and I want to bring this up because I have a wicked sense of humor. But when you stepped on the slug,
oh,
I'm sorry, I get so tickled by it. I think I'm borderline evil, so
Well, the universe brings me a lot of messages through animals, especially like eagles and owls, birds, deer, other animals, and I started noticing when they start showing up and getting my attention, I started diving in deep to find out, okay, well, what is the animal symbolism meaning behind, whatever animal I'm seeing, right? Mm-hmm. And I go to look it up, and it'll be uncanny. I'm like, oh, wow, I really needed that message for today or this week. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. And so then running out the door, trying to go faster, go. And I was barefoot, and I stepped on a slug. Thank God I didn't kill it. But, like that slug juice, like that's really hard to get off. That's really gross. Anyway, so I was like, yeah. I'm like, why did I see that slug? And it slowed me down for a minute. I'm like, the message of the slug, slow down a minute, will you? And I did. And I thought, oh, okay, taking that wisdom in. And in that moment, it was like I needed to slow down and collect myself, because if we're distracted and moving too quick, well, that's when accidents happen, right? That's when we miss something we should have seen that would have helped us with our day, our week. Right. And so there's a message in that I can still get the things done that I need to get done without racing a million miles a minute.
Well, and the truth is, when we do some of our activities, we negate the other ones. It's like, okay, so if I do this activity, then that takes care of the other 3 activities that are on my to-do list, and I've already accomplished it. But if we don't slow down enough to notice, we go and we, kudos, I completed my to-do list. Well, you just gave away your precious time to things that were already done. Or could they be better suited to someone else who is more in alignment with those things, especially when we're talking about the HHA, the Holistic Healing Alliance, and how we collaborate on different things. It's like, this is my niche, this is what I'm good at, and we look at our strengths. How do we bring our strengths together for the different things that we do? In this case, it's bringing our strengths and our genius together for the event that's coming up next Saturday. It's just like, I can't believe it. Next Saturday, we'll be at the Puyallup Memorial Center in the midst of the rhythm of our hearts. And at this time, it is just the beginning of your workshop, right?
Yeah.
I'll be closing the opening ceremony and rolling it over to you, and you'll be sharing your lived experience through your medium, which is sound healing.
Yeah.
And story. All of this is story. We're weaving story. It's gonna. My mind is blown on how impactful this is going to be and what a treat it is for everybody, including us, the facilitators.
I'm grateful. And when I dove into sound and I realized just from the first time I ever took a class on it, only because I was looking for another bowl because I gifted one away. And I was like, oh, I got to get another one. Because sometimes you just know. I mean, we're stewards of things. Everything is energy. And sometimes if whatever that is, that energy needs to be passed on for someone else,
Yes.
right? And that you'll be given the means to replace for you. So when I went to look up about singing bowls and where to buy another one, this was a long time ago. And then I found that there were classes. I'm like, what? What do you mean? There's a stick and you just sit, right? No, there's an art to it. Understanding of the frequencies and harmonies and resonance and dissonance, all the things. And when I took that intro class, the Academy of Sound Healing online, I knew right then and there, I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't want to ever not be doing this. Never not doing it. I'm really bad with double negatives. Okay, I want to do this forever. Oh. So I went on to take a year-long course in multi-instrument practitioner. And I fell in love with the bowls. I fell in love with the gongs. And I made my own drum. And it became my passion. And then the beauty in that is sound healing is also energy work. I dove into Usui Reiki and also into additional energy healing courses, and got to take my master's level class, Usui Reiki with you, Darcy, which was amazing. But what all of this has done, it's been a journey that has brought beautiful people into my life, beautiful healing for myself, healing that I've also been able to, work with plants as well. And it's brought me friendship. It's enriched my life. It's helped me with my own personal healing. And I'm so grateful. And when spirit brings something into your life that brings healing for you, you get to make a decision to honor that and show your gratitude by sharing it with others. That it doesn't just stop with you. And then you see the expanse of that healing, right? That you get to honorably hold a place in all of that, to help humanity, to help the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I trust that my needs will be supplied for. I trust healing will come in for me and show itself to me through the many beautifuls that I know, yourself included, and that I will continue to grow and be able to work through things and be a part of everyone else's healing journey too, to help bring them tools and to make a difference. And really, isn't that what everybody really wants to do? They want to make a difference. They want to leave this world a better place. And I feel we all want to be remembered. And what do we want to be remembered for? How we loved, how we lived. And as you talk about in your tapestry of life, we're all connected to each other, to spirit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no separation. So we get to heal up with each other. And oh my God, I'm not going to get all, where's the Kleenex? I'm going to stop talking. Darcy, talk.
You're very, and just like all of us, and not to negate your personal passion, but this is how we all feel, and this is why we are attracted to each other, is that we
Yes.
do believe this, that with the connection of frequency, because energy is frequency, and how, and everything vibrates. And as we vibrate higher than those that vibrate at higher, or at our level and higher, are attracted to us. And those of a lower vibration are also attracted to us. And there's messaging that goes in with the different frequencies that we're talking about, and how a person vibrates in their all planes of existence: emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. So understanding that is part of the work that we do, the dance of energy, if you will. And the, sharing of your passion and my passion, if we don't speak it out, if we don't share it, then no one knows.
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, and we have a lot of fear, fear of being seen, fear of going on to, social media and flubbing it. But you know what? We're human. We make mistakes. And that's okay. It's like, okay, well, that was the first iteration. Can I erase that? No, well, damn. And off we go. So we're human, and we get to.
Yes.
We get to have iterations. We get to, hey, someone says, I saw how you were trying to do that. I can help you. Would you like some help? And so this is how the tapestry of life does work. And it works in niches, and we want it on a broader scale, that people come out and they share. And the other part is learning how to receive, because that part is difficult as well, especially for us who are constant givers, and depending on what generation you were born into, is that we just give and give and give, but we don't know how to slow down and receive. And that's part of the slowing down and being in stillness, is learning how to receive, because it's both. It's a give and a take. And if we are not in that flow, then we don't have circulation. We don't have a cycle. And then we become depleted.
I want to jump back for just a moment when you were talking about frequency and how we're attracted to each other, and the law of vibration. That's exactly what you were talking about.
Right.
And not only as a sound healer and working with energy, I get that. And you reminded me of, I finally watched the movie The Secret. How many people in life have told me, oh my gosh, have you read that book or watched the movie? I'm like, no, but I'm gonna. No, but I'm gonna. And then finally, my dear friend Artemis said to me, okay, so when are you going to watch the movie The Secret? She's like, I'm sending it to you now. I need you to go on Netflix. I need you to watch it now, tonight. And so I did. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you for being that person that said, sit down and watch it. And it is so true. The law of attraction. And the most powerful takeaway from me about that is it all starts with your thoughts.
Right.
And that's such an important part of energy and the law of attraction, that if you don't sit in stillness with some of your thoughts to say, is this my truth? Yeah, I thought this thought, or this thought came to me, but does this resonate with me? I mean, maybe it did 10 years ago or something, but in the right now, is this my truth? Because starting with your thoughts, that's what comes out of your mouth, becomes words, and thoughts and words take form into matter. And so if we don't sit with the thoughts that are coming in and shift them if they're negative, shift them if they're disempowering to us, right? Into a way that they can help us with growth, right? If we don't start with the thoughts, then it's going to be coming out of our mouth, and then we're going to be hearing it. And when we hear it, especially out of our own mouth, it's easier to believe it. So we got to start with up here, right? So for me, you talked about fear. Fear can hold a lot of us back from stepping into our greatness. And Darcy, how many talks have we had about this?
Mm-hmm.
About what's holding you back from moving forward and doing even more and all the things. Fear of judgment.
Yeah.
Look at that sound gypsy over there banging on metal. What's with her? I'm like,
Well, the
because
thing is, everybody has an opinion.
yeah,
Everybody has an opinion.
yeah,
And if they're sharing something that isn't supportive, I mean, there's constructive criticism,
mm-hmm,
but you have established a relationship with the person to know that they're coming from a place of love. And it's
yeah,
like, have you thought about versus, well, what you did last night was horrid. Have you thought about doing this? It's all in how the presentation, it's the caring for the person. So as we're sharing our opinions,
mm-hmm,
it's important that, again, we sit in stillness so that we can frame it in a way that is supportive, not only to the person that you're sharing it with, because it's going to come back to you too, right?
mm-hmm,
And so you're receiving the same thing that you're sharing. Whether a person wants to accept that or not, it's a fact. And if you're constantly talking crap about a process, a person, a place, whatever it is, you slowly lose your joy and you become someone you don't want to be around, but you have to because you live here. you know?
you're
And
touching
the other,
base. Mm-hmm.
say again?
Well, okay, so you just touched base on something that I've been spending a lot of time leaning into, especially uh, really in these last 4 months as I've been putting together material for the guided meditation classes. I've been really leaning into the emotions and the emotional frequency scale. And we've talked about that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And I realize that if I'm sitting with some of the lower frequency emotions, right, like anger, for
Mm-hmm.
example, dealing with
Yeah.
some anger or something, right? If I get it that the emotions come in, they're messengers. I understand
Absolutely.
that. I used to try to avoid certain emotions. Oh, I don't want to be
Right.
feeling that or this. Nope. And through my classes with you and through the different things I've been learning, that emotions are messengers. They want to tell
Mm-hmm.
you something, right?
Right.
Typically, the lower level ones that maybe a part of your inner truth has been violated or tested, or you're not resonating with something, either something someone did or said, or maybe something you did or said, and
Mm-hmm.
it's something not sitting right with your energy, and you get to sit with that and figure out, the how, what, why, and then what do I need to do to shift it? What's the message? What did I need to know to put into my medicine basket, as you would always say, to help me on
Mm-hmm.
my journey, right?
Yes.
And so really diving in with the emotions and then trying to spend more time with the higher level emotions, of course, gratitude, peace, joy, love, bliss. Um, and in intentionally spending time with, like, doing a little gratitude walk with my coffee, or people can gratitude journal. You've got 5 minutes somewhere. Everybody has 5 minutes, even while you're brushing your teeth.
Absolutely.
Think it while you're brushing your teeth, um,
Right.
and it's huge to sit with that, to make those shifts, um, because everything's a teacher,
That's right. And
right?
yes, not to avoid the fact that we want to be in higher vibration doesn't mean that we run away from the lower vibrational emotions. Absolutely, because everything is a teacher if we're open to it. And that's the key part. It's like if someone judges me for whatever and they say something that is unkind, that's not the cue for me to embody that. It's like, oh, when I was little, my ears stuck out more than they do now. And I was called Dumbo and, different things like that. And I was ashamed of my ears and I would there's nothing you can do about your ears. They are with you. They go with you everywhere you go. But I would wear my hair down so no one could see my ears. But then it came to a fact was these are my dad's ears, and I lost my dad in 1998. And it's like, I get to wear his ears everywhere I go. And so there's turning something that's painful into something that is nurturing or nourishing. And so, yes, everything that comes to us is a message, but not necessarily something that we latch onto for the rest of our lives, which
Right.
is what we have a tendency to do because that's how we're programmed.
Right.
So we
We were,
are at 30 minutes. So
oh,
yeah, I mean, we could go on and on and on with this because it's yeah, free. And maybe we should at some other point, a different platform, a different reason. But is there anything that you would like to share about why this matters to you? And this, you get to define this.
yeah. Well, sound healing and energy healing has changed my life. It's changed my life. And it has helped me to be able to navigate through all kinds of things, tough things. Um, it's helped me to love myself better. And it's helped me to love others better. And it's helped me to have gratitude for what I have and the things coming, and to be grateful and not be looking at things from a place of lack, because we get to fight that. How abundant are we? And it's helped me to open up my awareness. And when we help heal ourselves, we're also helping heal each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we get to help heal each other.
Absolutely. We absolutely do.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So my words for the year, my two big words, are courage and serendipity. So I get to take a hold of the hands of courage and move forward. And I can't be holding on to the hands of courage and moving forward if I'm holding on to the hands of fear. Somebody's got to take a seat.
Yeah.
So
and I like how you phrase that, holding the hands of fear. My wording, and all of us have similar wording for the same concepts, is that I'm tethered to the past because of fear. And so as I'm thinking about that tether that has me tethered to the past, I'm thinking, I'm going to cut that puppy. It's like, no, I don't have that, And then when you have that, you stretch that rubber band and it comes rolling back at you, you're going to duck that shit, right? You're going to duck under it because, it's that last act of defiance of, what do you mean you're not going to be connected to this, to me, fear anymore? It's like, no, I'm done.
Because it robs us of our greatness.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Right? And some of the greatest people in history made that decision to say, you know what? No. People say, aren't you afraid that if you were going to do whatever you were going to do or whatever it was? I mean, weren't you afraid? Maybe everybody is for a minute. And then you make the choice. I get to sit back and not do anything about whatever the it is, right, and wish and
That's
look
right.
back
and have regret.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't want regret that I could have done amazing, incredible things and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I
my
had
goal. I'm sorry. My goal before
go for it.
The end of my life is to be that spicy old woman who is saying, I did all this shit, right? I did all this shit and I had fun and I laughed instead of, whatever people do to dim their light. It's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That is one of my goals. And I'm closer to the end than not. I'm very aware of my expiration date is coming. So at some, I don't know what the expiration date is, but I know I have one because everyone does. But it's like, live out loud, be bold and beautiful, because you get to, and you are. So, all right, we're going to have to close. As much as we would love to continue to share and talk, and maybe we need to talk about some form of podcast, friend. So
I can't wait for this event, and I'm grateful for all the beautiful people that are going to be showing up. It's going to be one of those things where you're going to look back on it and say, that was a pivotal piece of my life. The people I met, the things I did, the self-healing that I did, and that it opened the door for me to do my own personal self-healing moving forward. That was a pivotal point for me.
Well,
and we get to be part of it.
the last piece I want to present is this experience will never happen again. Not in the way that is going to be presented and received by the individuals that are in attendance. So the people who, the participants, the facilitators, the vendors, the volunteers that are all coming together in mass to have this experience, this grouping of people will never happen again. It's not physically possible, along with how the lived experience is being presented. So if this is something that you want to experience, audience, buy your ticket now. Tickets are no longer available on close of business on Tuesday, at some point of time in the Pacific time zone on Tuesday. So
get her done.
Yeah, that's right. Get her done. All right. Blessings, everybody. Take care, and thank you for being here.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Darcy.